What did you make of this piece of news today, Mike? What's going on with the Commanders?
Well, the report from Forbes was worded in a way that created a little bit of a safe harbor, the idea that they're exploring selling a majority or minority portion of the team. Now, I don't know who in the hell would want to buy a minority share of the Commanders right now. He had 3 limited partners who couldn't wait to get out, and ultimately he bought them out in order to get them away from him because they were arguably, allegedly, whatever, creating problems for Dan Snyder, and some of these issues have been floating around potentially trace back to the efforts of the 3 former limited partners to just get out from under Dan Snyder. I think this is an effort to posture this in order to get the best possible offer. Basically, if you make our number, we'll sell the team. And the number is going to be north of $5 billion. There's been plenty of speculation as to why. I think the best theory I've heard from someone in the know is that a new owner would basically be handed the old RFK Stadium site to develop a new state-of-the-art facility, and Dan Snyder, no way in hell, no how, is he going to be able to get a stadium because he's not going to be able to get the cooperation from the public officials he needs, and he's apparently come to that realization. So now it's time to cash out. He paid $750 million in 1999. He gets $5 billion 23 years later. Not a bad return on his investment.
Not a bad ROI at all. So that's what it is. It's born out of a stadium deal that nobody in town will make with him. But would that be also something that's pressuring him from within the walls? Because this is a guy who's constantly said no way, no how. There was even a statement in response to Jim Irsay's latest public foray and conversation about it in advance of their 2 franchises playing each other in Indianapolis that finished up with they'll never sell.
Right, but he was never going to change the name of the team either. I mean, Dan Snyder saying never is not the best resource for predicting what his future actions will be. If anything, it's the sign that at some point he will do the thing he's refusing to do. The stadium is the most logical business explanation for it. It's possible that someone he trusts finally got through to him and said, here's how this is going to go. Is it really in your best interest, your family's best interest, your team's best interest to go through this? Do you really want your kids to ultimately have this team after this protracted fight where you go scorched earth with any and all form of litigation you can pursue? I don't know that he would want that. I don't know if there's anybody who could talk him out of it. And it could be that the family got together. You know, it could be the kids, because he's been motivated all along to give the team to his kids. If I'm in my 20s and I think that's the age of his kids, at some point, I mean, I'm on social media. I'm hearing this stuff. I'm seeing this stuff. At some point, I say, I'll just take the money, right? Let's just sell this team. How much money are we going to get if we sell the team? I'll take the money. I don't want my name and my face to be attached to this. The only thing better than being rich and famous is being rich. I'll stick with rich. Nobody knows who the kids are. I don't even know their names. And the kids may have decided, we'd just like to keep it that way.
Mike Florio, Pro Football Talk, here on the Rich Eisen Show. Any potential buyers that we're already hearing about? You heard, obviously, the first name that everyone talks about is Jeff Bezos, who's now a partner of the NFL with Thursday Night Football. He also owns the Washington Post. He's also got enough money maybe in the ashtray of one of his cars or rocket ships to go ahead and buy this. I would imagine he'd get quick approval. What do you think?
Hey, I hadn't thought of this one. How about a straight-up trade? Elon Musk, Dan Snyder, Twitter for the Commanders. How about that?
Who brokers such a thing? Bofa?
I'd be happy to do it. I would take a very small percentage. Josh Harris is a name to watch because we reported Josh Harris, co-owner of the 76ers, I believe, he was ready to pay $5 billion for the Broncos, and he would have paid $5 billion for the Broncos if he knew that $5 billion would have gotten the Broncos. But what he feared would have happened, and it would have happened, he goes to 5, the Walmart clan goes to 5-1. He goes to 5-2, the Walmart clan goes to 5-3. He goes to 5-4, the Walmart clan goes to 5-5. So he said, if I can't get it for 5, I'm out. I think he would pay 5 for the Commanders. And the question becomes, who else is at the table? This is part of the goal. Let's get as many as we can. Let's do it on our terms. I think it's harder to get full value for the team if you're forced to sell it. If you're forced to sell it, you have no option to say, I'm not going to sell it in order to drive the price even higher. I think the thing to do is try to set up 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different groups that are submitting significant offers, and you get $5 billion to $6 billion to who knows. This is an investment for which the balance sheets, the cash flow, the normal valuation tools get thrown out the window. It's an auction. Who pays the most for the privilege of taking over this team? And the NFL issued a statement, unprompted, that, hey, by the way, if there's any sale, the finance committee has to approve it, and 24 or 32 owners have to approve it. Well, finance is the key. All that matters is how much money that you have. There isn't a test on how much you know about football, whether you'd be good for the team, for the league, for the game, for anyone. All that matters is, do you have the cash? And we're talking about people who clearly will have the cash.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.